Welcome back.
Okay, so here's the deal. I just tried to do the Gran Turismo World Championship in the GTR, and it's not quick enough. Not enough downforce to race against everything else. So I gotta go through here, see what we can do with these last events, and eventually get to the Endurance Series, because we can get some Group C cars from the Endurance Series. I think that's what we gotta do. Do any other events that we can do, maybe some of the American events with the Buick Special, and then do the endurance stuff, win an endurance race, and then come and deal with the, Gran Turismo World Championship with whatever we get. Alright, going up against the Renault 5, this should be an easy one, especially now that I have some racing slicks on this thing. Oh my god. Oh, Austin Powers moment. Okay, so next time I go over that jump, I'm not gonna take it like that. Good god. Maybe I should have bought some super soft slicks instead of mediums. Yeah, because I thought if I had some good slick tires, I might be able to compete in the Gran Turismo Championship, but there's no way. Like on the straightaway I did, which is hilarious. But any corner or braking, just GTR is too heavy. That's it. Now, if back in this game I could have like a 1400 horsepower version, I might be able to make it up on the straights and stuff, depending on which track we had. But, you know, the way the game is now, with the limit on horsepower that we got. God, this thing sounds good. And there's the GTR difference. I went so much easier on it that time. That's crazy. Okay, so I think next lap I'm just gonna have to brake super early for that and not go over it with any speed whatsoever. Oh man. Sorry I'm not talking so much. This is just so much fun to drive this thing. I love this car. I just can't wait to try and drive like the racing GTRs later, but they're so expensive. Like 1.2 million is just insane. feel like I should probably stretch the gears out a little bit in this thing, but I had them... There we go, that's better. I had them short for the dirt track, so maybe I'll just keep it, but... I could put nitrous to this thing, too. Just use it in low RPM once I finally got grip going. Oh, and these races are 5 laps too on hard difficulty, I forgot. I already put 20 seconds on them almost, so... Oh no. No. Yeah, it's hard to have commentary when you're trying to drive the speeds that this thing can go. Because it's a split second and you're in the wall getting a penalty. This thing's got so much grip. I can't imagine putting on super softs on this kind of thing. Because these are just medium slicks. There we go. Finally nailed the jump. Ooh, almost ate it into the wall. That would have not been good. It gets so unsettled in along that curve. Like when you're going downhill, you hit the curve a little bit to try and, because it actually kind of pulls you along a little bit. But it's so fast. Man, the coast looks good from here. That's so sick. Alright, one more lap. Here we go. Turn 1 for the final time. You can really use the camber that corner to help you. Oh. He's so sick to be one of the guys like on the street when like a rally's going on. The car's just ripping past you, and you're just like in a doorway, ducking out, wearing the same shirt as 5 other dudes on the block. Oh my, the poor Renault's like just passing the start finish now. Just goes to show you how much you progress in this career mode, and that's one thing I really love about this game. It's just the progression. So, you know, you go from racing like little boxes that you bought in the used marketplace for 12 grand or whatever, because that's how much I bought that silver rear-wheel drive Skyline at the beginning, that R32. And, you know, that thing wouldn't be able to keep up with that Renault at all. I'd probably be on lap 3 by now if I was driving that thing. To now, where we're driving like the craziest Skyline you can build in the game, I think. And, you know, we're dusting this Renault by 50 seconds or whatever. Yeah, 50.2. Oh. almost crashing into the wall because I'm talking now. Yeah, it's crazy. And I've always kind of loved that about the Gran Turismo series, is the back would not come around there at all. Is just the progression. Like, the last time I felt something kind of like that was Forza 4, maybe? Well, there we go. Race 1 done. Took 10 minutes. Let's do race 2. Alright, race 2 of the Amalfi Rally. It looks like we got a Subaru Impreza rally car here. So, I think this is the same one, or... No, this is 2 years newer than the one I used for one of these events a couple episodes back, where I used kind of the race car against others for the Boxer Spirit class, I think. So that's this car here, or basically the same kind of thing. I think there's 3 or 4 different years of this car with that iconic livery on it. And that car handled really well. I like the transmission, it had great brakes, but it just can't beat the GTR. It's got less understeer for sure, but this thing's just... Oh, I almost landed on him, so I got a penalty. You know, that thing's got 340 horsepower, and I remember back in the day boosting that with the big turbo to like 500 and going, oh my god, this thing's quick. But back in the day I didn't drive Skylines and stuff, so... You know, I struggled on a lot of these hard condition events because I just didn't have a beast like what I'm driving now. Like, I'm keeping up with them and I'm not even getting the turbo spooled, so... Yeah, I think we're just gonna do that. And see him at the end of the race, probably, in the pits. Oh, throttle understeer there, jeez. I think I like this course a lot more in the regular layout. I feel like it flows a bit better, but this part is cool in reverse. The left, you get so much speed built up into this corner, and then you're waiting to get on throttle for so long unless you can slide the car a bit. Then you hit that bump, it unsettles the car, and you almost have to get right on the brakes again to get it tucked into the last corner, and then away you go. Launched out of a cannon. And then you're like me and you forget to brake, and you start sliding a little bit, and then you lose it head on into that wall. Oh man. Yeah, the understeer is what really kills this thing, but it's so hard to tune it out. Like, I've done a lot of stuff to try and... Oh my god, the airtime. To try and tune out that understeer. It's just the nature of the car, right? It's four-wheel drive, lots of power, lots of weight up front. We've taken all the weight we can out of it, really, and it's still a heavy-ish car compared to a lot of these other ones that you'll race, but... Yeah, that's part of the things I like. You know, in real life, that's kind of how my car feels, even though it's a rear-wheel drive sedan version, so it's definitely heavy. But when I'm drifting that thing, like, it does what I want it to do. It needs a lot more power, but, you know, we're working on that. But, you know, I can feel it kind of understeer, but I can tune it out and kind of use that to its advantage somewhat with drifting, make it understeer the way I want to keep up, but, you know... I'd love to make it like 1,000 pounds lighter if I could, but I still want to drive it to work and stuff, so it's gonna, you know, unless I win the lottery, I'm not going full race car with it, unfortunately. Maybe one day. If I had like 1 million subscribers, I could probably make some videos that could, you know, pay enough money to make it full race car, but... Oh man, I got on the brakes and the back came around. Just barely saved that. Even though I've got, like, I think 80% of the power to the rear wheels in this setup to try and make it turn in a bit more, it's still, like, it still understeers like crazy, but it doesn't spin the back wheels going around those corners because it's just got so much grip from the slicks. This kind of ends up pushing, so I'm like grabbing handbrake trying to get it to turn in, and I can't unless I can get them to slip and break a bit of traction, but half the time the front pulls and then I don't lose the traction, so I think maybe if there's another asphalt event, I'll use the Blitz here 34 instead of this one. This one might just be a bit too overpowered, but I'll have to use this for the dirt and ice events to get, you know, four-wheel drive goodness going. So oh, don't hit the wall. Don't hit the wall. Oh my gosh. That was close. Alright. Coming up on the end of lap 3 here. We got 2 more to go, and we got a decent enough lead that I shouldn't really have to worry. I can kind of just cruise, but I find half the time in racing games when you just, you know, simmer down and cruise a bit, you end up making more mistakes because you're kind of using different marks. You're not carrying momentum where you should. You lose downforce sometimes when you need it because you're not going as fast. So it's kind of, you know, when someone says just cruise, it feels like 70% is kind of the least amount of effort you want to put in. You never want to cruise less than that. Especially if it makes you want to roll your windows down and cruise. Anyway. This thing is just fun to drive. It's so understeery and it's got such a personality. Like, compare this to the stage end, it just drives totally different, even though stock it has the same motor and the same twin turbo setup and all that kind of stuff. But this thing just feels like so understeery compared to that one. That one's just so hooked up and just rips, but at the same time it's going a lot slower. So I'm sure if it had this kind of level of power and stuff, it would be just as fast. Or not just as fast, just as understeery and challenging to drive, but oh no. Okay. Jeez. Alright. Oh, don't touch the wall, don't touch the wall. Tried a different spot to get on throttle through there and it actually worked, so that was kind of cool. I feel like this is what driving through like Japan is like, the way this game makes these roads. Like between this and like the 90-degree section of Hong Kong where it's so tight, like it's just crazy. Especially with how fast you're going on this track, the width definitely doesn't feel as wide when you're going 100 and something miles an hour through it. So just a challenge, but I mean, luckily our opponent is just in a stock rally car, it looks like, so he's pretty far behind, so we can take risks and get away with it. Well, this one's, he's doing better than the Renault. It's 20 seconds instead of 50, so. Or did I say 20? I meant 40. My brain don't work, it's a weekend. My brain never works on the weekends. Or during the week, for that matter, I guess. This section's so tight to the walls, and then I forgot to brake. I took a split second to look at how many laps there were, so I forgot. And then that split second put me like 30 meters deeper than the previous lap. Got real close to that wall. This would be a lot harder in real life when you can't actually like go over a curb and just drive on it and use it to pull you around the corner like that. And that would just total your car. Would make the road like half the width. But there we go. Won by 53 seconds. Let's see what the prize car is. Ralph. Oh. I remember getting this as a kid, but I don't think I ever drove it, which is kind of weird, but I bet this will be good for those dirt events. Nice and small, lots of power, good chassis. So if the Skyline fails, we might have to bring out the Ford, which is kind of gross.